The first cold cereals were invented in 1863 by James Caleb Jackson. It took over 150 years for those cereals to be filled with an obscene amount of sugar and baked into soft oat bars. But glory, the day has finally arrived. Today, Cocoa Puffs, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and Golden Grams submit their best attempt at the soft baked oat bar and ask, "You tried that?" You tried that. I'm Nick North, my pals Chad Hancock.
Howdy.
Nick Geiger.
Hello.
Geiger. Ventaditos a Miami.
I, like Will Smith, recently was in Miami. Well, he might not have been, I don't know, but he sang about it.
You went to Miami, then you went to the Wiki Wild Wild West.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and then I also went with my auntie to live in Bel Air.
Good time.
Then came the Men in Black.
They didn't let me remember, so I don't really know how my trip was, but
Mm-hmm.
we went to Miami, my wife and I. It's nice. Definitely not a good city to go to if you have like body image problems, because like everyone out there is like a bikini model or a bodybuilder. I don't give a shit. Like I'm used to looking like a sloppy bunch of jello, but
Some call Miami the anti-Wisconsin.
yes,
I have
it
heard
is
that.
pretty much the opposite of Wisconsin in every possible way. It's everywhere. Like we went on this is a side story real quick, but we went on this little kayaking trip out into the Biscayne Bay, which was really nice. I got horribly sunburned. That part wasn't. Another thing that most Miami people don't have to worry about. They're already tan. But there was these two, apparently someone told me later, they're called muscle mamas in the gay community. They're like two jacked bodybuilder guys that were like, but they were wearing like skin tight Speedos. And I say like,
Hell yeah.
you can see everything. So I kept like, and they're like, dude, they just got out. We kayaked to this little island, and everyone else is like walking around, and they're just like posing against the sunlight, doing these like bodybuilding poses, while their other ones are taking picture and putting it on Instagram. And I'm like,
Did you get the Instagram handle and
no.
asking for a friend?
Well, I kind of shook my head and looked away, and Betsy's like, "What's wrong with that?" I'm like, "I don't care that they're gay. I care that I can see the outline of that guy's fucking testicles. Like, you can see every little ridge of his dick through his Speedo." I was like, "All right, thanks."
How was
guys.
it?
It's sizable.
He's doing okay.
Yeah, tasted pretty good. Yeah, no, yeah, he is. But they were very nice guys. We actually, the four of us were like
very nice guys with
kayakers.
very nice penises.
Wait,
Very nice pieces.
How'd you find out they were nice guys?
Well, we started talking because I also has a huge dick. So I went
We
up,
started talking.
It's like, yeah, nice dick. You see this one? No, we because we were like way out ahead of the group kayaking because like we knew how to kayak and they were so fucking strong they pulled the entire fucking current with them. So like we were out there with them and they're like, oh, those guys are no good. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. What do you bench? And they're like, more than you can. I'm like, you're right. No, they're very cool, but very. I can't get behind that whole lifestyle of like showing as much of your body as possible. It's just something I'll never be comfortable
Oh God!
with, I don't think.
If only.
Yeah.
If only I had the body to show as much as possible. These guys are living the dream.
Yeah.
Is it your choice to not show as much as possible, or is it society's choice?
I came out in a Speedo and they just went, no, and just like covered me in a horse blanket and shoved me in a kayak. So we went out to dinner in downtown Miami the last night and sit down at I don't know.
There were the guys in their Speedos.
And the guys were there in their Speedos. And I'm like, I did not know this was a Speedo only restaurant. But they were, the restaurant was nice, but it's one of those places that's like hell bent on just being cutesy and twee. You know what I mean? Like the name of the restaurant was like, my name is Lucia, but you can call me Doris or something. Like that's already too fucking long. Just name it like
the name. It was like 9 words like that or whatever.
So it's fucking dumb. Sorry if this restaurant's listening. You're not. So we went and sat down, and this guy comes up. He's like, "Hey, I'm going to be your server." I go, "Okay, cool." And my wife is like, "Hey, I have celiacs, right? So I have to be careful what I eat." what on here can I eat? And he like takes the menu and starts going, I think maybe, well, probably this, right? And then this, and Betsy's like looking at him, and then he goes, so what's celiac? I'm like, God damn, well, why are you telling us? You're just pointing at random shit on the menu. So then she goes, I can't have like flour or, bread or gluten. He goes, oh, okay. All right, well, I'm going to go get a
Rips the
gluten-free
menu
menu.
in half.
It just chucks it.
Have a good night.
You can eat this menu. So he's like, I'm going to go ask somebody. He goes, it's my first week here. I'm going to go ask somebody what you can have. Do we want to start you guys off with some of our famous homemade cornbread? And I just said bread, and I pointed at her. He goes, oh, sorry, yeah. So he leaves. He comes back
With bread.
with a heaping load of bread and a feed bag for Betsy.
And the menu has been deep fried.
So he's like, oh, you can have this, that, and the other, or whatever. He's like, he said, okay. And then he starts telling me, what we're known for here is that you get a free appetizer with your meal. I'm like, that's what you're known for?
You're known for you have to give away your food because people don't want to pay for it?
Yeah. I'm like, or are you just saying like that's what the deal? Yeah, just pick one of these entrees and you get a choice of appetizer. I said, okay, great.
The restaurant was called My Name is Doris, but you can call me free appetizer promotion.
My name is Doris, but you can call me 2 for a TGI Fridays. So he goes, what do we have to drink? And my wife goes, I'll have a Sauvignon Blanc. He goes, okay. He just stares at her, and she's like, this right here. Goes, okay, thanks. Like, he did not know what that was. So then he turns to me. I go, what do you want? I go, I'll have a Maker's Mark Manhattan. He goes, oh. I said, on the rocks. He goes, cool. And I go, you all right? He goes, what does that mean? I'm like, on the rocks means on ice. He goes, oh.
Why doesn't he just write it down and tell
I don't know. The bartender
he
knows, right?
Know.
Yeah. He goes, that's good to know, and he like writes it down like I'm opening up the world of alcohol. And then he goes, all right, so you want to make
he's got like a memento style tattoo on his arm says "On the rocks equals ice."
How old was he?
Like in his 20s or 30s. Like, I know he's gone out before. Like, it's not like he's 18 years old and has never touched or dropped alcohol. So then he goes, all right, Maker's Mark Manhattan. He goes, Maker's Mark is a kind of booze. Like, is that vodka? I go, no, it's bourbon. And he's looking, he's going, bourbon. I go,
just also known as bartender.
I go, also known as whiskey. He goes, whiskey. And he like hits a button. I'm like, okay, Jesus Christ. So anyway, we get the drink order done finally. We order our food. It's fine.
How was the cornbread?
I didn't get the cornbread.
You didn't get it and then just like slowly eat it while staring at it away?
I got an overcooked steak. My wife got something. I don't remember what it was. But her
walked up in a bread Speedo and suddenly she didn't have celiac anymore.
Just grinding at Betsy's face.
You can see the outline of my loaf as he gestures down.
So the best part is when it comes up, he goes, well, first of all, there's two good parts. First, not so good, but my wife obviously has made it very clear what she cannot eat. Walks up, he's like, oh, you can have the short rib. It's fine. It comes out with just doused in these like fried onion strings. And she goes, I can't eat that. He goes, it's not bread. Like, we know it's not bread. Yeah, fuck no shit. It's not shredded bread on top of the short ribs. It's still like touched flour, you fucking idiot. So then he goes, okay, should I take it back? I'm like, she's not going to eat it. So like the manager comes up like, I'm really sorry. You actually also can't have the sauce. I was like, so what can she eat of it? Just like a dry short rib? He's like, yeah. And then he leaves and brings one out. So that's what she had, just a plain short rib. She said it was good. I think at that point she just wanted to eat, get out of there. So the appetizer she chose, because you're allowed to pick an appetizer or their entree. That's kind of what they're known for.
Oh yeah,
that's what they're known for. I knew that about them.
There's like these fried potato squares, and then and then you dip them in this like kind of tomatoey sauce, and they're actually quite good. And so she goes, these are so good. Like, what's inside? Because if you bite one in, it's like all creamy and stuff.
Just raw flour spills out from the inside.
She goes, yeah, it's so creamy inside. What is this? And he puts his hand on his chin. He's like stroking it, and he like leans in. And he goes, "That's potato." We're like, yeah, no shit. Like they're called potato wedges or whatever. Like we know it's a potato. And like, what's in the potato? And he just like shrugs and goes, "Cheese." I'm like, don't guess. You just listen. So
is this guy like Kimmy Schmidt, like trapped in a basement for 15 years, and this is his first day in the real world or something?
yeah, I don't know. The manager leaned over and like, it's egg. Or like, okay, thanks. So I ordered a dessert, and it was like they have the best chocolate cake in the world or whatever. I'm sure it's bullshit. So I'm like, sure, I'll take some chocolate cake. Why
They're
not?
known for that.
They're known for that. He goes, okay, and he brings it out. First of all, he brings the dessert menu out on a giant statue of the Eiffel Tower and sets it on the table. I go, what is that? He goes, it's the dessert menu. I'm like, where? And there's like this little placard at the bottom. I'm like, the fuck is the point of it? Like, why? So I'm like, all right.
Because America.
I'll take the chocolate cake. So he comes back and he gives me a slice of cake and he turns around with this giant tray with like 8 boxes on it. And I go, what is all this? He goes, oh, to make your own ice cream. I'm like, what? I have to like churn it? He's like, no. It's like a
Get
thing of ice cream. Yeah. With like and all the fixings I can like put on myself. I'm like, I pay you to do this. I don't want to do this shit. I'm at a restaurant. So it was fine. I am normally a good tipper. I did not give him a stellar tip because I was pretty fucking irritated by the end as he almost poisoned my wife 3 times. But I was trying to be polite the whole time, and I think I just burst out laughing when he just goes, potato. Yeah, like no shit. I can read a menu if I can find where on the menu.
He's trying to fake it till he makes it. At least he's not.
Yeah.
He's coming out pretty confident, knowing nothing about his
very
job.
Clearly like his first day or whatever on a job. Like,
well, like they bring out the check and they come out with the check and it's in a lunchbox. I'm like, just give me the like. I know some places are just trying to be quirky and fun, or like just give me the fucking bill. Like, why?
You are such a fucking old man.
I am sounding very railing at the old.
The bill was in a lunchbox. Just hand it to me.
Look at these guys who are exercising. I'm angry.
It sounds like you don't like fun. That's what
it came out. The bill came out like pressed between the ass cheeks of a ripped bodybuilder. He handed it to me. I was like, oh, thank you. I had to sign it.
His name was Lunchbox.
His name was Lunchbox because he was all meat inside.
Betsy's allergic to gluten, and you're allergic to charm. It sounds like charm and fun. That's what it is.
I'm all for a nice gimmick in a restaurant, but pick
like
one. Pick like 1 or 2 and train your staff.
Yeah. Untrained staff is not really a gimmick.
That's what we're known for. We're known for untrained staff.
We're known for people who don't even know what bourbon is.
All right.
But overall, a good trip. Yeah.
Oat bars. We've got 3 of them. Rate them on a 5-point scale. Love that, like that, different to that, dislike that, and hate that. Let's start with the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So these 3 bars, I'm trying to think of something that these aren't like cereal bars. They are soft, oatmeal-y type of bars that are like a little bit smaller than a candy bar.
I was surprised because I opened them and I'm like, this has nothing to do with Cinnamon Toast Crunch except I guess it's cinnamon flavored. You know what I mean? And the other ones are kind of similar where it's just like, oh, that's the flavor they wanted to have and let's tie it into a cereal, I guess.
So the whole thing is just like completely brown bar with some white drizzle across the top that presumably is like what would you put on a cinnamon roll?
Frosting?
Yeah. And the funny Cinnamon Toast Crunch logo guy on the front.
What was your favorite thing that you did in Miami, Geyer? The kayaking?
Kayaking was really cool. Honestly, we also just like sat by the pool on the beach and like I read a bunch. It was nice, like really beautiful weather. There was some shithead DJing at the pool at our hotel on Saturday. The guy from
my name is Doris, but you can call me shithead.
Some guy from the Vanderpump Rules.
Oh yeah, I
was a
saw
DJ.
Betsy put up a picture like highlight was meeting, fuckwad from Vanderpump
Yeah.
Rules or something.
Hey, that's DJ Fuckwad.
But there was a line out the door like 4 hours before to get let into this thing. And he's just playing top 40 hits and like slightly going like and then yelling into the mic like, all right.
He had about as much DJ skills as that guy had wait staff skills.
Hold on 1 second. Can somebody tell me what a CD is? What? That's not DJing. I know that. CDs are all.
All right, Geiger, what do you think of
Yeah.
this thing?
I feel like if you've had like one of these baked oat bars before, you kind of had them all. I think like every time we eat a baked oat bar, it kind of tastes somewhat the same.
Well, that's not good for the rest of the app.
No, I know.
You're really burying us here.
But I can't wait to try the other varieties. This tastes like standard, like cinnamon oat bar. I mean, this is like right down the. It's very hard to like. I don't have any strong feelings about it. It's fine. I've eaten the whole thing. The frosting doesn't really seem to add much. Like I don't really taste it that much. There's like little nuts or something in here, right?
Oats.
Huh?
Maybe they're oats. There's like crunchy bits in here. I don't know.
Oh, hold on. I'm looking in. Potato. It's potato.
Hey,
Maybe
can I
some
start you guys-
cheese?
Start you guys off with a cinnamon oat bar. It's an indifferent. It's a fine snack. It's bordering on too sweet, but it's not too sweet. So I don't know. It's okay. Maybe.
So what's the rating? Sorry.
Indifferent to that.
All right, Chad.
I think I mostly agree. I will say this is better than I kind of expected it to be. You know, I see this like oat bar and I'm like, oh, this is probably going to taste like shit. Especially when it's like a tie-in with like a cereal brand, right? Like you have this like corporate tie-in. It's probably going to be, garbage or whatever. It's not the artisanal oat brand oat bar that I've come to expect us trying on this podcast. But anyways, I like cinnamon. I am a cinnamon fan. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is actually a cereal that I eat a decent amount, largely just because it's one of the ones that they have at work. So if I want to make myself a bowl of cereal at work, I can. But it's, I think this bar is fine. I agree with Geiger's comment about that. It's almost too sweet. I think a little more of that frosting would have pushed this thing into like a bad area. But as it is, I think it's just going to sit there and indifferent to that for me.
Yeah, you guys were correct on most accounts here. I do think this is better than these cereal bars that they make. That it's more like a granola bar, and they almost always have like this really sugary coating, like on the bottom of it. That's disgusting. I like this texture. I think it's kind of nice, and the cinnamon's not overpowering. I'm not a cinnamon fan, so it's just fine. Where it's going to have a lazy electioneer, 3 indifferent to dads. Maybe a little better than we thought. Let's go next to the Cocoa Puffs bar. Very funny looking Cocoa Puff bird.
Love the Cocoa Puffs bird. Very funny, very sexy.
That guy's just always cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It's very on brand for him.
He's an addict.
It's funny how helplessly addicted he is to Cocoa Puffs.
He's out here just showing everything. You can see it all the details of his genitalia.
If you give him like some Cocoa Puffs, he'll suck your dick.
Wow.
He will.
They're pretty easily accessible.
That's what he says. That's his catchphrase, right? I used to, when we were kids, it was "I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs," but now it's "I'm kaku for Cocoa Puffs."
Right, kaku. Yeah, it made a lot of sense at the time, and still.
That's
does.
what you said. You say kaku when you want to suck someone's dick, right? Cock, ooh, like that.
Yeah, excitement.
Basically the same deal here, but completely. This thing's all chocolate with what appears to be maybe some chocolate chips even inside there. A little chocolate drizzle on top. Chad, what say you?
Okay, so as far as cereals go, Cocoa Puffs is actually one of my favorite cereals. When I was a kid, that was like one of my go-tos that we would buy. I actually was probably my favorite cereal before Reese's Puffs came along. But this bar is, I think, strictly worse than the cinnamon bar. The chocolate is kind of weird, I think. I don't like this chocolate drizzle on top. And the aftertaste, I think, is a little whack. So a little whack. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one actually slide it into a dislike that.
I think this bar is strictly better than the Cinnamon Toast Crunch bar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Cinnamon Toast Crunch bar had a bad aftertaste the longer I sat with it. This one, I did give that indifferent, though. Can I say I like this thing?
I mean, you can. I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah. Please don't. Please
Look
don't.
at this! Look at this Cocoa Puffs bird getting all squirrely for this bar.
I think it's kind of. I think they've got the chips in there helping a little bit. Doesn't taste anything like Cocoa Puffs. Let's get that.
No,
straight.
not
Right.
remotely.
Yeah.
The other one tastes more like Cinnamon Toast Crunch just because it's got the cinnamon there at least.
It's a little chocolate oat bar. I'm gonna slide it into a low level like that.
Oh, come
despite
on, dude.
despite your protestations.
What are you fucking
Geiger,
thinking?
what do you think?
Man, I thought the Cocoa Bird showed ass for
What are you-
Cocoa Puff. This
What are
guy
you doing with your life? No,
out here in these fucking streets, telling me this is a like that. I mean, I'm gonna give it another indifferent. I don't think it's horrible, but I agree with Chad that the chocolate tastes weird. There's something about it that almost tastes like fake chocolate or like a fake. Well, it is fake chocolate, I'm sure, but like when there's a taste that I'm trying to name and I can't think of it, but almost like not carob, but something like that, where there's that weird like off-brand chocolate that just tastes a bit funny. Like it's almost like when they're trying to make like a vegan health bar out of something.
I was just about to say like vegan chocolate or kind of
Yeah.
that sort of like amalgam of what you actually want.
Yeah, it's like buckwheat ground into paste, and then they put cocoa powder in it or something. So this is like an indifferent. I ate the whole thing. I mean, that's got to be a recurring trend, I think. But I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's very good. I would probably eat it slightly over the Cinnamon Toast Crunch one too, but I give it the same rating.
Yeah,
just a slight bit. But liking it, this thing is kind of
yeah. We're tied though, and I actually think the Cocoa Puffs, if it ended right now, would win because Geiger gave it the slight preference.
I guess.
Indeed.
But I did leave the Golden Grams one for last. It seems the most promising of them, and when my family tried them, preferred the Golden Grams. So we'll see if that stays with. All right, segment time. Guys, it's a certain time of year. When's this coming out? In June? Summer.
It is that certain time of year.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad you specified, though.
It's summer's on its way, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people are out looking for love. But some people look for love in weird ways, and we're gonna find out today if those ways are sweet or if they're crazy. All right, so I'm gonna give you some stories. I got 7 little stories of things people did to try to impress men or women that they were pining after. You tell me if that's a pretty sweet thing to do or if that's just totally nuts. All right, here's the first one. It says, once I was in a long distance relationship, an on and off thing, and I coated my body in green paint and did a full body print on a giant piece of white craft paper. I rolled it up and sent it to him in a tube. All right. I mean, it is a woman sending it, which is better than...
Oh, okay.
No one wants to see a big...
Not some little green dong hanging down.
Big hairy schlong.
So what do you think? I'm going to start with you. So you do a little body paint.
Yeah.
slap it onto a big piece of paper, roll it up, ship
Right.
it out in the mail.
Okay. I feel compelled to say sweet because I know these are going to get worse. I got to get one in.
No,
No, not at all. It's only downhill from
they're
here.
only getting sweeter from here.
I mean, there's nothing not like it.
You usually start with the craziest one. Yeah, that's true.
There's usually, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. I mean, it's just an outline of a body. You can't really even see any features or anything.
If you were 18,
Yeah,
right, I knew you when you were young.
sure.
And someone who was good looking sent you
Mhm.
naked green body paint, you'd have been excited about that.
Would I? I mean, it's just an outline of a body. It's not like I can see features. It's not like I can see her boobs or whatever because, like, it's just a straight on. It just mixes in with the rest of the body.
I mean,
of
you
the
could maybe
green.
see a little bit of side boob.
Maybe she could, if she did like a profile, I could see all the boob. No, this is getting weird. I think it's fine. I mean, it's a sweet idea. I don't know what the dude is supposed to do with it, like hang it on the wall. Like he can't like
Jack off onto it, probably.
he's supposed to jack off onto it. Okay, you could jack off. Onto it, I guess.
Yeah, hang it on the wall. I mean,
it's fine. I mean,
This is only a headshot paint. I'm gonna need a full body paint.
now from the side.
now do blue.
You sent me a print of you and all your friends. How do I know which one is you? I hate it when chicks do this when they cover themselves and their entire friend cohort in paint and then have them roll on a big piece of paper and mail it to me in a tube.
I hate when you're like talking to a girl online, for like a couple months, and then you're like, "Oh, let's exchange green body paints," and then you get it, and it's actually green body paint of a 56-year-old guy.
My, what a big green penis you have, Miranda!
I've been paint fished.
My name is Larry, but you can call me Doris.
So, Guy, you said sweet?
Yeah, I mean, sure, it's fine. It's
right.
fine. It's weird, but it's fine.
Chad?
It's definitely fucking weird, although I'm willing to allow that maybe this guy is like super into Shrek or something. And so it's like,
yeah, that's
got him, this like really got him going. He
found an ogre-shaped woman and said, "You know what to do."
Yeah.
Somebody once sent me a green body paint picture.
Might as well be hanging on my wall.
Hey now, it's some green paint. It's a paper. Okay.
Hey now, it's a green paint. Ignore the penis. Let's play.
Yeah, so for that small allowance there of Shrek fan, I will give some room here for sweet.
All right, here's the next one. In middle school, I was infatuated with this girl who was a gymnast. She went to the local pool with everyone else in the neighborhood, and one day we were all letting her give us a tutorial on doing backflips off the diving board.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My friends had been doing flips and stuff long before that day, so everyone was jumping in and making asses of themselves for about an hour before I finally got up the courage to give it a shot. Having never attempted anything close to that on dry land. Not only did I belly flop horribly, but I messed up my back so badly I couldn't do anything the rest of the summer. I got to sit around immobile and watch her splash and flirt with some other dude who became her boyfriend by the time school started again. So apparently they propped this guy up facing this flirting girl. Like the end of Being John Malkovich. You fucking can't move.
Sit in the corner and watch me bang the girl you like.
He was cucked all summer.
It was swimming pool cucked.
What'd you get for belly flop?
So Chad, he's trying to impress the girl. He
Yeah.
goes off and tries to do a big flip in the pool. Is just that act alone, do you think, sweet or crazy?
I mean, this guy very clearly delusional, right? He never had a shot.
No.
Like, all these other people are athletic, doing flips and stuff, and this is just like the me, like the, like the loser who's completely unathletic, he totally delusional. This guy. Is this sweet?
Shows up an hour later. I'll try. Flops into the water.
Yeah, is it sweet to do a dive for someone? Was she like clamoring like, whoever does the best flip off the diving board gets to take my pants off, or what? Like she didn't.
Yes, I'm pretty sure she
pool.
announced this at the local pool.
I don't think like she was gonna care. You know what I mean?
The rest of you will be cucks.
If you agree to try the dive, you have to watch whoever wins fuck me for the rest of the summer at this pool. Lifeguard's like, I didn't agree to this shit. What do you...
These are the terms. I think this guy's just too much of a loser. I can't side with him and go crazy.
Okay.
I will make an allowance under the assumption that
he's
she's
a Shrek
big fan of Shrek. And Shrek was really bad at doing backflips. We all know this. He's an ogre. No, it's sweet. I can sympathize with the guy because, look, I also was not athletic, could not do backflips.
This could be a story about you.
Yeah. Probably would have tried to do one. Probably, I don't know how you do a backflip so poorly. You fuck your back up for the entire summer. You're like, hey, this kid's what, 13 or something? Like, how do you fuck his back up? It was just like,
I mean, at our age,
doing a backflip for
you can't hurt your back when you're 13.
So badly, you're in traction. What do you do? Like, crack it on the fucking diving board? Dumb piece of shit.
So crazy?
No, it's sweet. Like, he tried. He was trying to impress a girl. He just doesn't have the tools to do so.
All right. Here's this next one. I was riding in the back of a friend's pickup truck with this girl I was trying to impress. We were going about 40 miles per hour on an asphalt road, and my ball cap flew off. She said, "You better jump out and get it," jokingly. I dove out the back of the truck, rolled down the pavement several times. I got my hat and stood up as if I was unscathed. I played it off like a tough guy. The next day, I woke up in excruciating pain and went to the hospital. I had broken my collarbone, 2 ribs, and a radius bone in my forearm. Got my hat. This guy's a fucking badass. He just breaks all these bones and stands up and waves his hat.
This guy can do all the flips off the diving board without hurting his back. I promise you that.
Here's the twist. It's the same kid. You, in a back brace, you flopped onto the fucking asphalt.
All right, Geiger, you can start this one. She says, "Hey, why don't you go get your hat?" And he decides just to fucking leap out of the truck.
Look, I understand it. I'm old now. I'm married. Maybe that urge and drive isn't there like it used to be, but how fucking horny are these dudes to leap out of a fucking moving pickup truck? Oh, she just said, "Go do it!" Oh, God.
40 is really fast.
That's a fast clip.
So fast.
That's
so
double the lowest speed limit. Like, you could be conceivably on a highway. What are you fucking doing, you dumb fuck? For
my
a
young
hat?
erect penis will soften the blows. So horny.
She's gonna really love me now if she watches me ragdoll myself across the interstate. Like, what? She's probably had to be mortified. Like, this guy, I literally say anything and he will do it.
So you said the last guy was sweet.
Yeah.
This guy's, it's a similar situation.
No, no, it isn't. It's doing a backflip at a local pool versus doing a fucking John Wick stunt for a fucking ball cap.
Maybe it was a cool cap. You don't know.
It might have been a cool. I will give him credit for being like unscathed while none of his body parts are even remotely connected. Just kind of like oozing back to the car. You want to fuck me? I can't find my pelvis. But
sliding back like the Blob, just oozes into the car like T-1000.
I got no strings on me.
just picturing him being like, I went back to the car unscathed, and like torrents of blood are pouring down his open wounds in his chest and stuff. Hey, why don't you give me a big hug? No.
He's trying to climb in the truck. She's like, maybe go back for your right arm. It's still over there on the pavement.
So, the only possible benefit this guy will have is if his ribs are broken. Maybe he can suck his own dick now because she sure wasn't going to do it. So I will say this guy's crazy. That's insane.
Chad, you agree?
No, I don't agree. Just to compare it to the previous one, there's nothing impressive about doing a flip off a diving board. Like, I mean, I can't do it, but it's still not that impressive compared to like jumping out of a moving vehicle, right? Like that's action movie shit. That is like truly badass.
That's suicide shit. That's not impressive.
He lived. It's not suicidal if you live. So that's how it works, right? Yeah. So, and I mean, ball caps are pretty valuable resources. So I will go ahead and say this guy just ekes into sweet.
Oh, nice.
Valuable resources.
Number 4.
You guys are both wearing one.
Yeah.
It says, I went to this beers and Bible study thing with this girl's dad.
Oof.
Every single week.
Wait, back
for a
up.
year.
With this girl's dad?
Right.
Oh, okay.
With the girl's dad, too. Hey, I'm going to go impress the dad, I guess.
Yeah, there's nothing women love more than, like, the guy that their dad likes.
At Bible study.
Every week for a year, and I'm an atheist. Right, so that's what this guy, that's the whole thing. That's what he said he did.
Mm-hmm.
The old beer and Bible study.
Natty Light and Psalms 12:48.
So this guy potentially maybe just wanted to go get drunk. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all for you. So Chad, what do you think? Is this a sweet thing to do? I mean, you're trying to get to know her parents, right? You're trying to take an interest in their life.
To me, the entire concept of beers and Bible study is crazy because
it's mostly wine in the Bible.
Yeah, that's true.
Not so much beer.
Yeah, no beer in the Bible. You should be drinking wine or maybe mead or something.
Barabbas said, "Go get me a 6-pack of Miller Lite."
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Although, you could learn about like parting the keg and stuff, maybe. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. I think this is wild to do this for an entire year and actually expect this to impress a woman in any way is mind-bogglingly stupid. I think this is the craziest one yet.
I mean, this beers and Bible thing, Geiger, very well could be a bunch of guys who want to tell their wife they're going to Bible study.
They're using the Bibles as like beer coasters on the table.
Yeah. This definitely, I guarantee this is beers, some Bible, and a lot of fantasy football talk. Like this is not going to be. This is like guys bonding, which that in and of itself is fine. I don't know where the segue to dating the daughter is. Like, so Marv, been coming out here for a year. How's your daughter? Like, what do you like? How do you get there? I don't understand. Like, you're not going back to his house after. She thinks you're just a buddy of his dad. Like, I don't. And Chad,
and who doesn't want to fuck their dad's friends?
Yeah. Chad hit the nail on the head. He's like, that's the least fucking cool thing of all the. Oh, that dude who studies the Bible with my dad. Wonder what his dick looks like. So
that just gets me sopping.
She's gonna have to part my C's, just like the keg. So
exactly, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Full circle. So I think that's a little crazy. I think that's a cover. I think he just likes hanging out with the dad.
Yeah.
At that point.
It doesn't say he wasn't trying to sleep with the dad.
I didn't mean that, but yeah, that could be it too.
It says, I was sort of a stalker in high school and didn't realize it, which is super embarrassing in retrospect. This girl I thought I was in love with was very clear about not being interested. But I really thought if I could show her why I was better than the dude she was dating, she would leave him. So I just kept showing up at the places I knew she'd be and trying to rope her into hanging out by foisting conversation on her. I even got my friends
Foisting conversation. This guy didn't even have a chance, even if he wasn't stalking. Foisting conversation, you fucking dork.
Nothing gets them moisting like foisting.
I even got my friends to join me so I'd look cool and not like I'd planned the whole thing. This would happen multiple times each week and more out of the way encounters until one of her friends figured out what was going on and told me to knock it off or they'd take legal action.
Sweet.
Head just fucking pops out of her hamper. Hey, great to meet you here.
All my friends are here too. Hey there. Hey.
She like sits down at night, opens up her Bible. He pops out with a beer.
Where's your dad? Yeah, nothing says cool, chill dude than swarming a girl with a pack of dweebs every time she turns around.
What do you think?
Yeah,
she flies to Miami for vacation. He's the guy in the Speedo.
just flexing.
Him and her dad are they in speedos?
Let me foist my genital outline upon you.
Yeah, I guess I don't. How does he like? I don't. First of all, this guy's I think being a little charitable to himself as well. Like you don't say like
you think?
Oh, I just accidentally stalked her. I just showed up everywhere she was ever going to be with a bunch of people. Whoopsie daisy. Like that's not how that works. That takes research. That takes time.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just here with my friends. That's proof. There's my friends over there. Hey, fellas.
Oh, let me just put away my phone that definitely doesn't have a GPS tracker of your phone on it.
Why are you at my pap smear? Just where I hang out. It's just where I hang out. Me and all my friends. We just hang out here at the OBGYN. How about you? Fancy running into you here. Yeah, I just don't think... Like when you're getting threatened with legal action, here's a tip. You might have gone too far. So I think this is not very sweet. I think this guy is a piece of shit. So I'm going to say crazy.
We're just here for the Beers and Pap Smear Club.
Schmears and Bible.
She shows up at the courthouse. He's like, hey, I'm just hanging out at the courthouse. She's like, I'm here to file legal action against you. Oh, yeah, cool. Just with my friends, you know.
Yeah. Guess I'll see you again in 6 months.
Yeah. All right. So,
Schmears and beers. Tell me when you're done.
Yeah. I think anytime you think you might be stalking, A, yes you are, and B, that is crazy.
If you show up at the pap smear operation, then you might be a stalker.
Oh, man. Move over, Foxworthy.
If you have a beer with her dad and Bible study every day for a year, you might be a stalker.
Yeah. If you did a triple Lutz off a diving board, broke your back, and had to watch her get blown out by one of your friends, you might be a fucking loser.
Okay, 2 left. They're both great. All right.
If you got cucked in the swimming pool all summer long, you might have just been a lifeguard that happened to be there at the time.
He's this one because he has to be there for his job.
He's like, I'm working here.
This one girl who I was really into in college was a skater chick and loved the CKY videos. I don't know what that means. CKY, do you guys know what that means?
Nope.
No. Okay. Skating videos, I assume. Chad's looking.
CKY so film trilogy? Oh, yeah. It's like Bam Margera and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Skateboarding.
Skateboard stuff, yeah.
So I decided that me and some of the guys I knew were going to put together one of those videos just to impress her. We stole 2 wheelchairs from the hospital.
What? Okay. Excuse me?
Famous skateboarding components of hospital wheelchairs.
Just wait.
Okay.
And proceeded to do dumb shit with them. Like race them down hills into oncoming traffic.
Is she a fan of Jackass or skateboarding?
Rammed them off the roof of the dorm. And other ridiculous shenanigans, like holding onto the back of my buddy's truck in the wheelchair while it was going 85 plus miles per hour.
Hold on to your hat.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Wheelchair pieces flying off.
The wheelchair wheels just catch on fire. They're spinning so fast.
Guys are regular Tony Hawk over here. Yeah.
Hits 88. The wheelchair goes back in time.
Can you imagine going down the freeway, the fucking guy hanging onto the back of a car? I wouldn't be one of dumbass. I'd be like, what in the fuck? We're just goofing.
Just trying to impress a girl.
Just roll the wheelchair off the top of the door.
Was he in it, or they just rolled it off the top? I don't understand. Just
totally not impressive. Just whipping an empty wheelchair off of the roof. Like, wow, congratulations, asshole.
This girl was really into professional skateboarders, so I got a wheelchair and shoved it off a roof. Excuse me? I don't see the connection, I guess. Skill.
He was a skater boy. He chucked wheelchairs off the roof. Okay. Chad, you're up first. How sweet is this?
Grand Theft wheelchair here is not something I expected to hear about today. Yeah, I mean, it sounds fun. Like I definitely have like pictured. Sometimes I'll be riding my bike or something, and I've definitely pictured myself like coming up along a car and grabbing onto the back of a Cybertruck and moving, and all the rust flying off onto my face as it drove her down. But I do think that would be kind of fun. I'm obviously never going to do it because I'm not a complete fuckwit like these people. But it does sound fun. I mean, it completely misses the point. I think this is an excuse. I think they just wanted to steal wheelchairs and have fun with them. I don't think this was ever going to impress this woman. So yeah, this is crazy.
Geiger, going 85 in a wheelchair sounds like a fucking most terrifying thing you could ever experience.
It just sounds like the dumbest fucking thing alive. Yeah, I don't know how that even held up for more than 10 feet, but
I mean, they're probably wearing a helmet,
Yeah.
Safety first.
I think your first problem in life, if you ever get to a point in your life where you're pursuing someone who's impressed by Bam Margera, it might be a time to turn around. That's that fucking fuckwit. I think this sounds more like she was into Jackass than she was. Like, if his idea of impressing her was throwing wheelchairs off a roof, that has nothing to do with skateboarding. So he could have, like, just done regular Jackass stuff, like had a cobra bite his asshole or, like, eat, like, a million chili peppers or whatever the fuck they did. Like, hit each other with wiffle bats in the head. And
no,
stuff.
It was a lot of animals biting assholes, actually. You were right at the beginning.
I thought so.
Like, now a donkey bites the asshole.
I think
35 beetles biting their asshole, and
donkey bites the asshole. Is that part of? Was that in Shrek 2? When a donkey bit his asshole?
I'm Johnny Knoxville, and this is Panda biting my asshole.
You gotta put bamboo in there, Johnny. I just think this is also, it's kind of a poor idea because he said he and his friends did it. Like, what if she was more impressed by one of his friends who, like, was able to throw the wheelchair even farther?
Yeah,
off
that's
the
the
roof
dumb
or
part.
something. Yeah. So real backfire there. So yeah, this is pretty crazy.
All right, here's save the best for last here. There was a time I was going to meet my friends at the beach, and we passed by a gas station by a light. I saw the girl I liked standing, pumping gas in a tiny silver bikini,
Yeah.
as girls do.
As not made up fictitious girls do.
I hit the guy that was stopped at the light, and she saw what happened, so he rear ends the guy in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, there was no real big damage to either car. However, my ego was hurt badly when I had to explain to the cop and the gentleman that why I hit his bumper. They both laughed so hard and apparently understood what was going on there, and they didn't even want my info. He said he
What?
remembered he remembered those days, and the dent was a great story he could tell others.
Okay.
What?
Dear Penthouse, this is what happened.
No. Sorry, I fucked up your car. This is gonna make a great story,
Oh,
man.
man. I remember when I was
some
also
perv kid.
horny. Yeah. Fist bump, bruh.
Yeah, I
Did you get
remember
with
all
the
the
girl?
times I stared at bikini gas station women. A very common thing. Something you see every day.
You little piece. Oh, you were staring at that? No problem, man.
Oh, you liked those boobs? Okay, then yes, you can destroy my car. In fact, here, have a sledgehammer, break all my windows while you stare at her cans, please.
The cop's like, gets in his car. Is like, I don't know what you're talking about. Sees the chick, is like, whoa, and just rams his cop car right into the car. Oh, hot kettle black. I guess I gotta let you go.
Car after car slamming into this one guy's truck.
He's a fucking demo derby at the gas station.
Won't you put on some clothes? There's not much of my car left over here.
Guy's like, I cannot blame any of these men. Would you put some fucking clothes on? My car is a hammered soda can at this point.
Please, I need my car for work. Can you please put a top on?
How much more gas do you need to pump? There's no more airbags left.
I am afraid to get in my car and drive because I will hit something looking at you. Will you please put on at least a sweater? What a goddess.
Okay, Geiger.
Hey, Progressive? Yeah. Yeah, I got this car accident. What happened? I was looking at Mandy Jones in a silver. Oh, Mandy? Fuck, no, we have that part of the policy. You don't have to pay it. We'll
You've
take care
got
of it
silver
right
bikini coverage.
now. Officer, I present you Exhibit A. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Scot free. Here you go.
Accidental breast and dismemberment clause. Or something like that.
All right, Geiger, you got to make a call.
Well, I mean, this one I can see how it happened. Like you're looking over at some titties and you ran into a car.
We've all been there. We remember those days.
And we remember, because it all happened to us, when it happens to us later as we're the Rammies, we just wave it off, right? Because we got oodles of
got
money
a
and
good
time.
story now. I mean,
My head just sticking through the front of the goddamn windshield. It's cool, bro.
It's cool, bro. Look at those tits. Awooga. Just go home and tell my wife, yeah, the car's fucked up, but it's okay. This teenager had a big boner. It's you know.
Could you lift me and turn me in the direction of the tits you looked at so I couldn't see if this is...
Yeah,
I'd like to stare at her while I bleed out here on the sidewalk, if you don't mind.
I do think it might have actually helped him with the girl. Like the girl's probably like flattered that he like got in an accident. Just
oh yeah.
The problem is she had her pick of 81 suitors in a 91 car pileup. Oh.
She could tell he was a Rhodes Scholar. She was quickly impressed.
She was disappointed actually because she only caused $35 million worth of damage that day. It was like a slow day for her.
So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Maybe watch the road.
Chad?
I do remember actually this happened to me last time I was pumping gas, where like all the hot ladies were just rear-ending each other because they were staring at my lumpy body as I doom scrolled through my phone while the gas filled up. Yeah, this.
They thought you were Bigfoot or what?
Bigfoot sighting. Smash, 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 smash. Wow, this is a great story. We saw Bigfoot pumping gas. I'll allow it, you guys.
I'll allow it.
That's a Yeti filling a Toyota Sequoia.
So yeah, crazy.
Okay, let's eat the Golden Grams bar. Last but not least, which of these 3 cereals would you most likely eat? Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the Cocoa Puffs, or the Golden Grams?
I would actually put Golden Grams last.
I don't know if I've ever had Golden Grams.
I would put Cocoa Puffs 1, Cinnamon Toast Crunch 2, Golden Grams 3. Not that Golden Grams is a bad cereal. I like Golden Grams, but that would just be the ranking. But this specifically is a s'mores one. So
What do the Golden Grams taste like? Honey?
Yeah, like graham crackers, basically.
I think I'd probably do the same order Chad had. Ooh.
They definitely don't have marshmallow and chocolate in them.
Well, neither does this thing, really.
Yeah, there's nothing Golden Grammy about this.
No.
It's a graham cracker flavor. It does taste s'moresy.
Yeah.
I could identify, if I ate this blindfolded, I could tell it's supposed to be a s'mores treat. There's like a little bit of a stickiness to it that is fine. I think it's appropriate for this type of thing. That some of these other ones, like if it's missing that, feels strange. I think this might be the best one. I don't know why I gave the other one a like.
I don't know either. We were giving you a bunch of shit for it.
Understand that.
But
the Cocoa Puffs bar was pumping gas, and you just rear-ended somebody looking at it. They're like, "What are you doing?"
I kind of boxed myself in here.
You can go back and change your rating to something sane. It's okay. I still got the spreadsheet open.
You know what? I'm gonna put that Cocoa Puffs at a indifferent, but I am gonna give this Golden Grams a like. So I fixed one mistake, and then I made a completely new mistake. I do think it's the best one. I would definitely eat it before these other ones. So low level like that, I think it's kind of tasty. Chocolate, the marshmallow, the graham are all well represented. Yeah.
I don't know. This one tastes weird to me. I don't know, and I think it's like the marshmallow that's like really fake tasting, like almost like a cotton candy flavor. It just tastes weird in the middle. I don't like it as much as the Cocoa Puff bar, but I also don't dislike it. I also #ate the whole thing. I would say
You're known for that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm Nick, but you can call me pathetic. I would say I would give them all indifference. They're all just kind of indistinguishable from each other to me. They're fine. These oat bars almost all taste the same. The chocolate one at least was distinctly different. I don't like the marshmallow. I think it makes it almost too sweet. So I will give it a indifferent. Yeah.
Okay, so the Cinnamon Toast Crunch had 3 indifferents. Right now, Golden Grams has an indifferent and a like. So if Chad dislikes this, we're going to get a tie. If he even feels average about it, it's going to win the episode. What do you think, Chad?
Which one did you like the best, Geiger?
The Cocoa Puff one.
Cocoa Puff. Really?
I mean, I don't like any of them that much, but
these are all weird in a sense because you see the sort of like oat bar and you kind of think it's going to be maybe something a little not like oat bars are all healthy or whatever, but I kind of expect it to be a little healthy, and they're just like all kind of shitty candy bars in a way. I think this one is probably my favorite. And it still tastes like a shitty candy bar, but I think the flavor combination here works a little bit better. The chocolate is a little more, it's a lot more subtle than it was on the Cocoa Puffs. And it just kind of like works better. I think the chocolate frosting here is okay, but there's no chocolate in the bar, so that's fine. I don't really mind the marshmallow. This one I think is just maybe just a little bit better than the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. It's probably the only one I'll finish, but I am still just going to give it an indifferent to that because I'm never going to buy any of these again.
The Golden Grams win slightly. None of these are all that separated from each other.
Mm-hmm.
We can't really recommend you go out and get any of them. So, Geiger, where can listeners contact us?
If you have ever been really shitty as a waiter before, in fact, I can raise my own hand. I was pretty shitty in the beginning when I did it. But I knew what bourbon was and potatoes. If you own a restaurant, just make it a regular goddamn. Just tell the people what the fucking food is and just order it like everyone else.
No, I won lunchbox bills. Lunchbox bill or GTFO. That's what I say for restaurants.
If you've ever been cucked by an entire swimming pool for an entire summer while you're helpless to move because you tried to do a backflip,
Stop placing me here.
make me look away. If you've ever looked away from watching the girl you like get cucked to see another girl in a silver bikini and then ram your wheelchair and someone's into a car, and then had a third guy come grab that wheelchair and throw it off the roof of the pool to impress the third girl, then you'd be an amalgam of everything we just talked about. But if you haven't,
don't forget Shrek green body paint person.
Oh, and then at the end, the girl in the silver bikini just dipped herself in green paint and sent it to a guy so he could jack off on the silver bikini parts. I think that covers it.
You might as well be a wheelchair on the roof. Like that.
Yeah, that's a good button to put on that one. Also, beers and Bibles.
Somebody once told me to stop following them around.
Some judge gave me an order that said I couldn't be 30 feet from an elementary school. They said, if you want to get a pass mirror, you need an appointment. And I don't have a vagina, so I couldn't. So
somebody once told me this wheelchair's gonna roll me 85 miles per hour behind the car.
Somebody once told me to go get my ball cap, and I hurled myself out of a pickup truck. I was looking pretty dumb with my collarbone jammed up my thumb. Anyway, you can get a hold of us at youtrydat@gmail.com. We're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook with all the hashtags and you tried that groups and whatnot. If you would love to let us know, or we would love it if you let us know what you thought of our ratings, suggested some snacks for us to try, ask a question for a mailbag. If you have friends,
Body.
Hey, now you're a stalker.
Body once told me that skating isn't wheelchairs.
Anyway, thanks for listening. Somebody once told me. Yeah,
Great, man. Who's that lead singer's name? Do we know?
Smash Mouth guy.
Yeah,
he just
he died.
passed
He
away,
died. Yeah, he
like,
died
last
not
year.
too long ago. Yeah. Good riddance.
Yeah. Whoa, wow.
No, he was like I remember. We can cut this out, but the reason I say this because I remember in the middle of the height of COVID pandemic, he did some big concert. Was like, "Fuck COVID, let's all give it to each other" or whatever, So
I've got some antibodies that'll save me.
Somebody once told me the vaccine was a microchip. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Some Fauci once told me I don't need to take the vaccine.
All right, let's go do it for this time. We'll be back next time on Channel 3.